Ladies and gents, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Obra Potato. This is Factory Town. And at the end of the last episode, you would have seen a huge mess of structures and belts in this area. But I have amended all of that. And I have really simplified the whole process of supplying water and resources to these pastures. It was a little bit of a, a little bit of an oversight on my part to not go for a method like this in the first instance, but now that we've ended up creating it, it's fine. We still need to do a little bit of work with regards to moving these goods around, and I think that's something that I am going to try my very best to do in the first little section of this video, because I really want... There we go. I really want to make this whole system work. Okay, so good stuff. Let me get some scaffolding blocks up at the top here. So my hope is that we'll be able to just make a whole bunch of scaffolding blocks come around the side here, and on top of these scaffolding blocks, there might just be a belt. Okay. Lovely. Is that big enough space between... I don't actually know. I wonder if we can plug in resources at the top of this area. I don't actually know that. I'll create a footpath through here. Sure. Can people still get through here? Yeah, they totally can. Great. That's fantastic. Right. Paths again. Great. I suspect that we might run out of resources or conveyor belts. We've got 13 in stock at the moment, but hey ho. All right, my next question is, right, how do I make, or can I make an input to the workshop or an input to the barn, actually, because that's what we want to do. Because the barn has certain inputs, but do they need to be at ground level? That's going to be the next question. I suppose the best way of testing that would be like so. Then we'll have the cloth conveyor come along just a little bit more. And then we want to get a logic block, and I think it's a sorter, yeah. So a sorter is what we want. We want an item filter of cloth. Anything clothy. No, sorry, anything leathery we want to come in here. Right? So let's see if that'll actually work. I'm very curious to see if this will work. And we might need some other resource. Right. Let's see if this works. It does. It does indeed. Okay, fantastic. That's great. So, that's the area that we're going to have all of the leather go. After that point, not really sure what we're gonna do. If the storage gets too large, I'm not entirely sure what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to wait and see. I would also like to. We can probably do it here. Actually, let's do this. This is gonna be kind of wacky. So wait and see what we got in store. So, we got that. We're going to have... In fact, you know what? No, we need to do it slightly closer. All right. Great. And then we're going to have a crate, which is going to be... Can it be on top of that? Requires support block. All right, that's fine. We'll just remove that block and then immediately replace it with this block. And then a crate, right? Perfect. Faced in that direction. Just feels a little better. Then we can actually remove those blocks underneath. Perfect. And then we can build one more scaffold. Man, I love this game. This is so great. This game is so great. I really think this game has got a lot of things going for it. All right, perfect. So now all we need to do is implement a pusher, or a sorter, should I say. And then we'll need to get a grabber Beautiful. Item filter needs to be wool. And then the wool should all get stored in the crate. And then it should be immediately inputted into the workshop, which is fantastic. Okay, great. So that is half of the grand plan that I did end up having. The rest of it is still waiting to be unfolded, but I think that this elevation of walkway is actually fairly spot on. I think it's pretty much what we're after. It's actually slightly lower than the original walkway that I ended up planning to make over here, but that's fine. Ooh, we need to be careful that we don't end up making this area unworkable. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll build up a little bit. There we go. Up to there. Is that going to be high enough? Not sure that it will. We might need to come up just that one more level. I think that will probably be just about right. Can we remove these bits? Yeah, we can indeed. Perfect. I mean, it looks kind of odd, but it is a little bit more resource efficient. Okay. Looking pretty darn good. And continue to bring it out this way. We're basically just going to bring it in line with the workshop. Is that even high enough for them to get under? Yeah, it is. No problem. No problems whatsoever. Alright, grand. Okay, and then with that, we'll get the cloth conveyor to come along a bit more. Perfect. Basically just means that hopefully there's a little bit of cloth that we've got here. Okay. There's a way to say, hopefully it'll free up enough space on the belt for us to actually allow cloth to move flawlessly around. We might have some issues with regards to the fact that we might not have enough output space on this belt, which kind of worries me a little bit. Yeah, that is a slight concern to me. Okay, just keep on building conveyor belts, Potato. I'm pretty sure that that'll free up enough space. We only need to, you know what we can do is we can just delete these and then replace them down so that we can remove the resources basically sitting on top of them. That's the plan as it stands anyway. Okay, great. So, the fertilizer, I want the fertilizer to basically travel up to the base. I think the base is probably where we're going to store fertilizer. If not, we should probably store it in a bespoke barn somewhere. Maybe a barn like out here. The fertilizer barn. We should probably... Yeah, let's do that there. Sure, that makes sense. So we'll have a little operation up here where we can store fertilizer. We're going to use the same method that we use over here so that we don't end up having any issues. I think it's okay going into barns most of the time, but if we have a crate, it's just an extra level of security, really, with regards to any backlogs and any clogging on the belt. It's just something that we can avoid, and it only takes a little bit extra. But the point is that all of the good stuff, all of the fertilizer will be stored over here, and it should be fairly easy to do. Fertilizer, perfect. Great. Okay, so now all that we're really waiting for is a few more bits of belt, and they're being built at a fairly slow rate at the moment, thanks to the fact that the workshop isn't producing as fast as it could be. We've got 58 stone blocks at the moment. I temporarily stopped operations delivering stone blocks between the barn and the general store because we were running a little bit low. But that's fine. It's not a problem. Okay, what is clear to me is that we need way more timber production. Way more timber production, and we also need way more wheel production. We've got a couple of level 4 houses. In fact, we could even upgrade to the next level. fact, you know what? We could even think about just getting a forestry. I think maybe we actually consider a forestry here. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily need to go exactly where it used to be. We could stick it out here and then just have a chute that connects. An elevated chute actually might be not the worst idea in the world. But I think that a forestry is now, or a forester or whatever, is now completely justified. Alright, who's... You got a plank? Just, look, drop off the plank for now. We're gonna save up a little bit of plank energy. You're there. What are you doing? You're waiting to deliver stuff there? Alright, that's very interesting. Don't quite understand why there was a guy delivering a stone block here. Oh, because we need stone blocks here. Alright, well that's a problem. Where was that stone block coming from? Presumably this area, right? There we go. Sure. We've got a lot of wagons that are just sitting around not doing very much. Because we've actually made such an efficient processing area. The unintended consequence has been a lot of extra wagons are now free. It's kind of like after World War I and you know, after they stopped using horses as a primary method of transportation, you were left with a lot of horses. We're kind of left with a lot of wagons. It's kind of a, you know, a modern day conundrum. I don't really mean that, to be honest. It's not really that testing. But apart from that, okay, we've now got 29 planks. Great. Okay, fine. That's what I was waiting for. So, forester. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I think that is exactly where we want it to go. Unless, like, up here, it would be slightly better. 35 linked resources. Yeah, sure, let's do that there. Okay, fine. Great, so now we can just get this to come down this way. Why is this not working? Can't afford bring more resources. We don't have enough planks. Oh no. Well, that really is a travesty of modern times. Right. Well, this is the only way to do it, as far as I'm concerned, is getting logs. Is getting logs rolled down a chute. Right, come on, chaps. We're so very close. We don't have any plank production at the moment. And it's really, really hurting. It's really, really noticeable. But as soon as we get this forester up and running, new item unlocked, fishing boat. Lovely. Okay, the planks are oh so close to rolling. The logs are oh so close to rolling down this this area. Come on. 2 planks. There we go. Alright, perfect. Oh, it's because of the stupid worker. There we go. Okay, wonderful. This is going to be fantastic. We're going to be able to make resources. We're going to be able to make planks like there is no tomorrow. At the moment, we're just storing them next door. Is that an entirely wise thing to do, given the fact that we need to continually produce a whole bunch of books? Not really. I don't think it is. I think we should also probably think about getting another forester up here. There we go. Sure. Yeah, we're gonna need to find an output for these books. They're currently being transported to this area, or to the school. But that's about it. Also, look at our happiness. Our happiness is in a great place at the moment. What do we need to get our next upgrade? Ah, yes, we need to get a forge. It's fine. That is completely fine with me. I also want to build a boat, just purely for the sake of building a boat, really. Right. You need to take stuff to the workshop. Great. Could actually automate that process, you know? I.e. taking out of the lumber mill and directly into the workshop over here. Would not be the worst thing in the world to do that. In fact, it would need to be on a belt though, because there's no other way to do it. Unfortunately, we cannot get it to go up. In fact, no, tell a lie. That's a complete lie. What am I thinking of? I need to start thinking in 3 dimensions. I'm thinking like a Factorio player thinks at the moment, I think. And what I need to be doing is crazy stuff like this, right? Like, there is no reason. Absolutely no reason. In fact, well, that's a little bit too high, but it's fine. There we go. There is no reason why I cannot have an exit point up here and an entry point into the factory over here above ground. I think that should still be totally fine, right? Unless the roof gives me sort of some conflicting issue. Alright, so give me a grabber. And then that should just... Oh, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. So we now still have complete access underneath. We have complete access underneath, and it all just works. Right, I'm going to pump this lumber mill full of workers, because I think that we can do with getting way more workers. Also, anyone who is now devoted to working on chopping forests down, you've been absolved of your responsibility. You no longer need to worry about that. Alright, this is good. This is good. This is working completely as intended. Where are you going? You're trying to drop stuff off here? Wait a second. Hold on a minute. You're trying to drop off at the workshop. Ah, okay. I'm with you. You're trying to drop pages off at the workshop. Presumably we've got too many pages over here. That's fine. Right. I'm okay wasting a little bit of time. The delivery person, the person that's currently responsible delivering books, I actually want to create a barn right next door. I say right next door, not right next door, there. And then I want you to do a run between the workshop and between the barn. And then what we can do is we can, once again, since I'm now such an expert at using conveyor belts, that is obviously sarcasm. I could not be further from an expert grade status. Okay, apparently you're not going to work on uneven terrain. Fine. That's okay. Logic block, grabber, there we go. Perfect. So any research materials can now just be automatically pinged directly into this area. We'll make sure that this barn is only, absolutely only for books. I think we can do that with this item filter. Yeah. So there we go. So that means that we can continue to manufacture books even when we don't technically need them. You can come out here because we don't actually need you anymore. Same with you. There we go. And meanwhile, I think that it's probably worth us plonking a few more workers into the forester. Even delete you and get one more. Oh, we can actually go all the way up to 10. That's fine. And we should probably increase the number of workers that we have in the workshop making wheels as well, because that's the only limiting factor for this workshop at the moment. Yeah. Who's the guy that's currently delivering stone? I feel that that's maybe a job for... It's you. You're the stone guy. I'm going to delete you. Instead... Whoa, hold on. Do we not have any stone? We don't have any stone bricks. How does this keep happening? Right, I mean... Sure. How on earth do we not have any stone bricks? I know that we're selling them constantly. But at the same time, it's just... It's quite incredible how it's happening. I know we need to get... We need mining research. I thought we had mining research. Oh no, we need blue coins for mining research. Well, we need to get a forge set up, so I think that we should try and do that right now. Do we have the ability to do it? We need 20 stone bricks. The irony. Alright. Okay, here's my plan. Here's my plan, right? We need to get another area where we're mining stone. Like, we've got a stone mining area over here. Like, we got a lot of stone blocks over there. We need to have stone blocks allocated for resource selling, and we need, in order to maintain the number of red coins that we've got. We also need to have an area where we devote mining for actual useful purposes. So I think maybe we create a stonemason over there that is completely separate. So we'll continue your shipments to the general store. That's fine. And then meanwhile, over here, we will create a stonemason. We'll do it like... We'll do it here. Sure, that's fair enough. Stone brick. Yep, great. We'll get a nice long chute as well. Hold on a minute. Do we still have... Are you still delivering planks? Why are you delivering planks there? You're not actually needed to deliver planks. Right, there we go. Okay, that's a small way that we can generate planks. We're not actually making that many planks at the moment. We're not even making enough bits of wood at the moment. Alright. I need to have a cull of my workers, to be honest. We've got too many that are not doing anything actively, and those resources can be quite easily put into something else. Also, I still haven't finished that massive fertilizer belt. That means that this whole time, those pastures have not actually been doing anything productive. Right, you've got a job. You don't have a job. You've got a job. You've got a job. Alright, fine. Let's put more people into the forester. One more. One more. Also, I can totally just get rid of you now. One more. Perfect. Okay, great. The reason that I can do that is because I can now relatively easily create a little well system. Oh, actually, no, I can't relatively I can't do that at the moment because I've got issues. Alright, ignore me. Just set that back up again. Fine. Alright, great. We finished this whole belt faff that we ended up having. There is perhaps going to be a little bit of a delay when it comes to the number of resources that we're going to get out of the pasture, but that's fine. Not going to worry about it too much. Also, I feel that maybe we should have another... Maybe you should move resources to there instead. Because at the moment, them being transported to the barn that we're going to use for leather storage probably isn't the best idea. Like, that is going to be... It's going to be backlogged fairly soon. Right. I'm going to get that set up. Perfect. So we can have an extra wagon to help out. Great. But the point is that we're going to get most of the resources out of these pastures. Whether it happens all at once or whether it happens in dribs and drabs, I'm kind of okay with that. There's probably a better way of doing it, but at the end of the day, this serves the need and it allows for a fairly sensible process, I think. The reason that I needed more planks was because I wanted to get a chute that delivered to this area. We also want to... Where are you guys going? What the heck is going on? How did you decide to take this journey? Goodness gracious me, that was a saga, wasn't it? Right. We need an access route for our lovely people to come out this way. They need to get to here. There we go. And then they're also going to need to get access to this area as well. Okay, as I mentioned, I'm very, very keen. We need planks for that. We don't have planks at the moment. Alright, now we don't have enough stone. This is why we need an extra stone production area so that we can make this whole thing work. I'm quite keen that when we do get this quarry, we can still utilize this ramp here. But I want to get a barn, and I think maybe a barn is... The most ideal location would be right here. Yeah, with a little walkway there. So we can transport So we can transport the stone via wagon from here to here, the workshop. That's not going to be too difficult to do at all. Do we have any people that are not doing anything at present? I'm sure we probably do. I just need to find a couple of them. We've got a lot of wagons that are not doing anything at the moment. Alright, well, apparently we don't have any people that are not doing anything at the moment. You are not doing anything at the moment. You can definitely come and be the first guy to start building stone. There you go. Go put the water back in the river. Or go and store it. I don't care. See if I care. I'm not interested. Yeah, okay. We need to probably try and reduce the number of wagons that we have. At the start, I thought they were pretty darn effective, but they're not really anymore. Okay, great. You're going to start work over there. Perfect. You're going to start hard at work, turning stone into... You're going to become... Are you a stonemason? I suppose you're a stone miner that supplies stones to the stonemason. I guess it doesn't particularly matter, to be honest, what you're called or what your job title is. All right, I'm going to transfer you. You're going to take... In fact, no, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Did I transfer someone there, or did I not end up transferring them? Because I was going to do that via a... just a regular old grabberoni method. Which was going to look something like that. Oh, no. Turns out I don't actually need you to do what I originally anticipated I needed you to do. There we go. Alright, cool. Little blocks of stone. And that should just be supplied directly into the barn. What we can do is we can set up a wagon, one of many wagons that we've just got sitting around, and that wagon can operate between the barn and the workshop. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Alright, speaking of wagons, it's also clear that we need a wagon to set up a route between the lumber mill and the barn. That's grand. Maybe we need a bespoke... Honestly, maybe we need a bespoke barn. I think we actually need a bespoke barn. Yeah, let's get ourselves a bespoke barn. Right. And then you're going to transport between... Sorry, between here and here. And you are going to come out and mine stone for me. Beautiful. Okay, we don't have enough to get a... we don't have enough stone to get a forge yet, but we're certainly working on it. I feel that we're quite close, actually, when it comes to achieving perfection. This is an issue that I anticipated. We don't actually have enough throughput between transporting between the workshop and the barn. That does present us with a problem. And another part of the problem is that we're not getting enough stone. We're not getting enough stone into the workshop in order to justify transferring resources from the barn to the workshop. So really, this whole system is hinging on the fact that we don't have enough stone at the moment coming in. And that will be remedied, but as I say, we need to get the forge up and running first. In fact, let's stop you operating so that the stonemason can just have a free crack at making a whole bunch of stone bricks, because I think it's 20 stone bricks that we need in order to get a forge. Yeah, 20 stone bricks in order to get a forge. So we're going to do that at the very start of the next episode. Ladies and gents, thank you very, very much for watching. My name, of course, has been Potato. This has been Factory Town. I'll see you next time. Bye.